Welcome back everyone to Neo Racing. We are at run race 5 for the GT Sport Championship. We are from Dragon Trail Gardens in the Nissan Gr.2 car. Off we go, Neil's on pole, off we go. Good start by everyone. Bidzster moving to the inside to have a look. Looks like we've got 4 wide a bit further back. As we head to the first corner, this is a boost race by the way everyone. So should keep the field tightly packed, especially towards the rear. Neil's still in the lead. TY's gone wide. There's Man of Steel the inside of TY now, taking advantage of that mistake. He's just over the curve and hits TY, puts him off, but he recovers. There's King Domingo passing TY also. Mr. Slow One might even be able to take advantage here. No, it doesn't look like in the background. Everyone's darting all over the place. Danny Quavers through the middle of Mr. Slow One and Cypher by the look of it. As they all go through the Twisty Complex. It's a good circuit this, Dragon Trail Gardens. It's a very fast circuit with these cars. And I've cat-like reactions everywhere. Oh no, Jay Houston's off! Jay Houston's off from second, falling down the field. Unlucky there for Jay Houston. We rejoin the battle for third place. 5 cars battling for 1 position. Neil and Bidzster look like they're getting away out front, because the boost seems to affect people from 5th or 4th downwards to really help them catch up and stay in a bunch, whereas if you get out into 1st, 2nd or 3rd, it's more or less equal car, so it's all about your own pace. Jamo's defending now from King Domingo as they go through the chicane. TY's right up behind Domingo now, might be looking for a move into this left hairpin coming up. Oh, Domingo's on the grass as he goes onto the brakes, but it looks like he's just going to get it stopped. He's looking a bit inside of Jamo as well, because Jamo's gone wide, contact! As they come into the tight twisty section, reminds me a bit of Silverstone, this little bit. Left, right, left. Jay Houston's having a look at TY now again. TY in the yellow and blue colours this season. There's a nice swap. As they go through this fast section here. As we go on board with TY now. You see in the mirror, got Jay Houston in the mirror. Will he have a look? No, doesn't look like he's going to at this point. Go back to the outside view. He's looking at the inside, but TY's going to have the overspeed on exit, but then this is where the boost will kick in the draft. TY goes to the left to go defensive for the left-hand first corner. Mr. Slow One's making a move in the background on Danny Quaver. You think this were a 5-lap sprint with the way that they're all going at it, but it's not. It's a 40-minute endurance race, whereas Mr. Slow One in the background there gets a little bit caught up in things, but gets away with it. TY still ahead. Danny Quaver looks like he's catching up to the back of Jay Houston now. Meanwhile, let's have a look at the front. Bidzster still trying to stick with Neil up front. Here they are. First time we've properly seen him in this race. There's Neil in front and the red and white number 23 Nissan, and then Bidzster in the forever orange colours of Bidzster. Put the old midfield raceway logo on the car. Number 22 on the side, you can see. It's Bidzster's number. Man of Steel next, 3rd and 4th. It's Man of Steel 3rd, Jamo 4th. Man of Steel runs a little bit wide there though. Doesn't want to leave Jamo any room to have a look, because he'll be in there. I can guarantee that. Not close enough yet. Whereas now we look at, over in the background, Jay Houston moving, darting left, right. TY defending. TY defended that well, but Jay Houston's going to get a good exit here if he's not careful. TY goes sideways on the power. Very big twitch. Jay Houston's going to go through now. As they come down towards the first corner, that's 4 laps done already. Into the first corner, TY throws it in there with everything he's got. Domingo's up the inside of Jay Houston now. Must have slowed himself up, but I don't think he's going to get through the chicane. Because in this chicane there are a few little red bumps. You can see there, the red bump. This, as you can just see there, Mr. Slow One demonstrates for us nicely that those sausage curbs are absolutely terrible. As soon as if you hit one of those, you are doomed. You are going to go airborne. And Jay Houston's now at the inside of TY. Danny Quaver having a little think about it. Jay Houston's backed out of it because we've got the little complex section coming up. I can still tell you that Neil and Bidzster are still the same gap apart. Oh, TY on the grass, kicking up the dust. So you need to go have some pollen in, and Domingo says, here you go, have some more pollen, have some more dust and some kitty litter. And Domingo goes, it just shows you how tightly packed the field is. Goes straight from 7th to 10th. One man, he's off again. Come on and gather it up. Gather it up, Domingo. Get your head down. Cypher's off as well, so Cypher got distracted and all that. Cypher's been off as well, so let's have a breather. Jay Houston's off. No time for a breather. And Danny Quaver almost gets him, so Mr. Slow One's going to be behind him now, so this might be worth a watch. Wow, very violently darts out the number 27. Something gives that away with the amount of number 27s on the back. But yeah, gets through to... doesn't go through, but just stays put. TY is this little gaggle for third. Man of Steel, Jamo, TY, Jay Houston, Danny Quaver, Mr. Slow One. Yeah, that's your top. That's the top ones in this group. Danny Quaver's lost it. Where's he gone? He's back here somewhere. Let me get my camera sorted out and I'll be with you. There he is, he just lost it on that previous corner, you saw him go wide. Domingo's back on this pack now. Such a fast and furious circuit. One thing I do wish they would do with this circuit is have the cameras so they're zoomed out a bit more so you can see a bit more of what's happening. But apart from that, looks good so far. Danny Quaver's off again, Domingo! Didn't really have anywhere to go there. And stays behind Danny. Danny keeps to the inside to try and defend. As he goes towards the next corner, and TY and Jay, it's all happening up ahead. TY's through the fourth, Jay Houston's wide. Mr. Slow One goes through and takes Jay off as well. Oh, Domingo spun. Cypher's through. That all Constantine did quickly. But Cypher's up to 7th. Man of Steel still is where it should be. And where's Jamo gone? So anyway, here's Neil, first place. Bidzster, second, still trying to keep with it. TY, third. Little bit of a gap now for third. Man of Steel, fourth. Mr. Slow in fifth, and everyone else in sixth. Danny Quaver's running on the outside of Jay Houston here. Oh, Jay Houston getting a little tap, saying make good friends. Mr. Slow One's slow out the corner, living up to his name, but not literally. Danny Quaver, 3 wide! Oh my god! Yes, glowed, it's a new word. They all filtered, and Mr. Slow One loses it, bang! Into the side of Jamo. Danny Quaver runs wide again, Cypher tries and comes back on, Cypher has nowhere to go. God, you'd think this were bumper car racing, but I can tell you it's not. We are a clean club. It's just the fact that it's a tight track with a fast car, everything, and boosters on, anything's going to happen. Cypher runs really close to the wall, says hello to the marshals. So let's have a little recap now. Now we're a bit more spread out. There's Neil Farmack in the lead, pulling away, making some good time here. There's Bidzster in second place. There's TY in third. Man of Steel still fourth. Jay Houston fifth. A little bit more spread out now, but I'm sure they'll catch each other up in time with the boost. Jamo sixth. Danny Quaver seventh. Cypher and Domingo, here we are, running together. There's a little battle. And I think that's just opened up a little bit, so it looks like it might be a little battle for seventh this. Cypher's deep on the, he's up too deep on the brakes there, way too wide. Domingo's going to slot through to 8th place there. Oh, way too late on the brakes there for Cypher. Sorry for, you all know who I meant. Yeah, Cypher. Yeah, I'll get there in the end. There's that much happening and it's frazzling my head. As we look ahead, no pun intended, Danny Quaver really trying to defend 7th place from Domingo, and trying to attack Jamo for 6th at the same time. Coming down this glorious back straight into the double apex at the end. King Domingo goes up the inside of Danny Quaver here. Danny gives him room, almost too much room. And let Cypher go as well, I think. So yep, Cypher goes through as well, so he was a bit too kind there and ran himself out a bit too wide. As he come down towards the first corner, Cypher goes wide, Danny goes through. King Domingo's having a look at the inside of Jamo now. Jamo defends very late there. That was almost a block, but not quite. But everyone survives. So after the 40-minute race, this is just over 10 minutes, and I'm already feeling my voice starting to go. Because there's that much happening. Danny Quaver gives Jamo a little shove there, but he backs out of it to apologise, and Domingo goes through the 7th. There goes Domingo. Now Mr. Slow One's back in this, hungry for more. I have to say, that's a nice design on Danny Quaver's car this time. Good little design that. Number 23. Oh, he makes a little error there though, so he's got to be careful. Mr. Slow One will be up right at the inside to take the place. As we look ahead, Jamo is defending from King Domingo here. Into the hairpin, double apex hairpin. One little bit, second little bit. Will Domingo get his cut back? No, doesn't get much of a run. There's Jay Hewson closing up on Man of Steel now, so Man of Steel's gone backwards a little bit into the hand of these boys. Meanwhile, Jamo defends in the background from King Domingo. Danny Quaver kicking up the dust. There they go into the chicane. Danny Quaver's at the inside. I think we've got 3 wide here. Jamo goes through. Danny Quaver has to fold. Domingo slots in 7th. Mr. Slow One and Danny Quaver side by side. Oh, no, I thought they were side by side from the angle of the picture, but no, they're not. Danny stays in front. I don't think there's going to be any moves into the hairpin this time round, even though Danny almost made me think there would be. Looks at the inside of Domingo here. Will he keep his foot in, or will he have to lift? No, he has to lift. He has to lift out of it. He couldn't have gone side by side through there. It would have been a recipe for disaster. Man of Steel's off. Man of Steel's off. Goes right back down the order. 8th place, 9th place, oh, and might even lose one more. Mr. Slow One's off again, no! He's having such a good pace in this race, and he's lost it now again, but never mind, I'm sure he'll climb back up. As we come towards hairpin now, Jay Hewson's in 4th, Jamo 5th, Domingo 6th, and then the Man of Steel's trying to get back at Danny Quaver here. Up the inside, he leaves it a bit too tight and loses momentum, and the other 2 go through, so we'll have to try that again, Man of Steel. Going down towards the first corner, I think. Oh, I thought Jamo was having a look at Jay Hewson there, but he backed out of it as they come down towards the chicane. As they go through, Jamo, Domingo, Danny Quaver, Cypher, Man of Steel. That's all probably going to change. And here's Mr. Slow One making up for lost time with the boost, rattling up the order. Jamo's behind Jay Hewson now. Is he going to go for it? Is he going to go for it? No, backs out of it. You know he won't be able to get alongside too much. Not enough. So Domingo's behind Jamo now. Man of Steel's having a little look at Cypher, but nothing happens there. They come through this complex section. Danny Quaver's lost it in the background, and Cypher tried to take advantage of Man of Steel, and they both do eventually, but took them a little while to do it. No, just one of them does. Oh, I think they both will now. Danny's lost it. He's into the barrier. And someone else has spun as well. Jamo's gone round. Jamo's gone round. I wonder what happened there. And Cypher. So it all happened there. Now Bidzster's in the pits. Bidzster obviously couldn't get close enough to Neil, so he's going for a 2-stop strategy by the look of it, with pitting this early. So only 14 minutes into the race and Bidzster's in for a tyre change, so we'll keep an eye on that. Jay Hewson there in 4th, King Domingo 5th, Man of Steel 6th, Cypher 7th, Jamo 8th, Danny Quaver 9th, and Mr. Slow One catching everyone up at the back. So on a little pause for breath. everything unfolds. Bidzster will be on a good... Bidzster's past TY now, yeah. TY made a mistake, I think, so Bidzster's past there, and he's going to be on a mission now to try and catch Neil up. I think his idea is to do 2 stops, both at try and get a faster pace on the fresh tyres and see what he can do. Whereas I think Neil's going to go for the stop mid-race and then go to the end. So we'll see how that all pans out later on. Here's the... Domingo's off! Domingo spun into the wall! Very hard section of track that though, I have to admit. There's been quite a few incidents there in practice and qualifying. So, it's a very hard section of track. What we'll do is we'll go on board with someone through there and we'll get a perspective for you on what happens on that section of track. So, we'll go on. There's Jay Hewson. There's TY. There's Bidzster on the move. Really on the move. While it's all quietening down, we'll go on board with Neil Farmack to see how this section of track's done. So, as we break into the hairpin, we go into the hairpin. See the wheel spin coming out. As we go in, you can see it goes into a left kink. Then you have to lift. A little tap of the brakes in towards this bit. Move the car right over to the right hand side. Hit this apex on that curb, and then it should just straight down. But if you use too much of that curve on the inside, it's got nowhere to go. And you have to go all the way around, trying to find an apex on each little section and then onto the straight. So that's how you do that little bit of track from Neil's point of view. There's Bidzster. Meanwhile, in the battle for fifth, Man of Steel's there. Cypher's got Domingo right behind him. He always goes up on that top bit of curb and loses more time. Domingo slices through, Cypher goes off, spins round, bit of ballet dancing. Danny Craven's going to go through there as well. Whereabouts is Mr. Slow One? He's not close enough, I don't think, to take advantage, so Cypher rejoins in 9th place. Meanwhile, up at the hairpin, we've got Man of Steel under pressure from Domingo and Jamo. As they head out of there, onto the straight, coming down towards the first corner. Will Jamo have a look at Domingo here? No, he's going to back off and just keep the status quo for now. Domingo's up behind Man of Steel though. Jamo moves out from behind Domingo, the inside, side by side. Has to back out of it. But he goes wider for a better run out of the corner, and he's right behind Domingo now. Let's go on board with Jamo here, see what happens. We have a look at the inside. No, he backs out of it there. Domingo's right behind Man of Steel though, so we'll go back to the exterior camera for this next little section of track. As they come through this little section, through the left, they'll watch for this curb. Don't like Domingo's just done there and he's gone round, and Danny Quaver follows him. Nice bit of ballet there, chaps, but so that's not what you want to be doing. Meanwhile, I think we've got Jamo's closing up to Man of Steel now after all that's happened. Into the hairpin. Oh, Man of Steel runs very wide there, and so does Cypher, but I think Man of Steel's going to lose out here. Jamo's going to get a good run with the draft as well, towards the first corner. Might have a look, or he might have a look into the corner after, but he goes a little bit too narrow in. I don't think now Jamo's lost the speed there. Cypher's right behind him now. Cypher's gonna might have a little look. No, keeps him behind for now. Domingo's there as well. Cypher's run wide. Domingo has to shortcut the corner because he has to avoid that sausage curb. So Domingo goes through to 7th now. Man of Steel with the Superman colours in reference to his name. A very late defence there from Man of Steel, almost a block but not quite. And there to resist Jamo for another lap, I think. Also makes a mistake on this little section, so they've all got to watch out for this curb. Up here, Jamo's up the inside. Oh, that would have been a brave move and made that stick. They all go over the curb, but they all hold it this time. Neil Farmack's in the pits. Man of Steel's run wide and he's lost it! sideways and gets hit by Cypher. Nowhere to go there, absolutely nowhere to go. TY's in as well. Domingo's having a look at Jamo. Domingo goes on the grass and loses it. He's got to keep it together. He's going to lose speed there. Man of Steel is going to go through, I think, if he's close enough. Yeah. So after the first pit stops for the top three, it is still Neil in the lead from Bidzster. Still, Bidzster's closer though. Well, I don't think that strategy is going to be working out for him if he can't get closer this stint. TY in third, J Hughes from fourth. He's closer to TY now actually, and then this mad lot. Jamo, Danny Quaver, Man of Steel, Domingo, Cypher and Mr. Slow One all within about 2 seconds of each other. Still in the background, uses a little bit of grass under braking. Domingo's closing up now. We're about halfway through this race. And I'm about to have an asthma attack. Because of all this action going on. It's a glory to commentate on, and Danny Quaver goes off. Round on them curbs again. Them curbs have caught so many people out, and this red AstroTurf as well, that Man of Steel's just going to make an example of here into the wall. Thank God it's Gran Turismo and there's no actual damage to the cars, and there's no cosmetic damage either, so the car looks like it's just come out the shop and gets back going again. Meanwhile, Jamo, Domingo and Cypher round 47. Cypher's at the inside and Domingo coming towards the first corner. The boost will help a little bit with him being in the previous position, but backs out of it. Just to wait for the chicane or maybe the hairpin at the latest. On the first corner, we'll have a look into the chicane. No, Domingo closes up on the brake, so Domingo's really got the braking point nailed down for that corner. Closes up to the back of Jamo, but then again he didn't get a very good run out there. Down towards the hairpin. Cypher's having a look, he's having a lunge. He goes up the inside, Domingo gets Jamo attacked, saying come on, shift it, he's after us. And then Cypher didn't get a good enough run out, I don't think, so he has to slot back in. Mr. Slow One's back with this now. He says, I'm back and hungry for more. You come down towards it. He's not going to have a... Oh, I was going to say, you're not going to try and overtake there, Cypher. It never works through there. Mr. Slow One goes off. Man of Steel gives him a little tap to say, thank you. And he goes through. So Cypher there, Mr. Slow One. And then Danny Quaver bringing out the field. I'm sure he'll be on this slot in no time. So there's Domingo and Jamo. So while all this calms down, let's have a look at his leader. There's Neil Farmack. He's got a good probably about a 5-second lead over the rest at the minute. Just while all that's calmed down, we'll just have a quick look at the live timing. So you can see there Neil is in the lead from Bidzster by 5 seconds, TY, and then J Hughes, and then all the rest are covered by such a small margin, it's good. So, there's Neil, there's Bidzster, really trying to make this two-stop strategy work, really trying, making the track as short as he possibly can. Sparks and everything. There's TY. Coming through this little section, very nice and tidy there from TY. There's J Hewson. In the same section. Oh, a bit more twitchy from Jay, but still works. And then this lot. Jamo, Domingo, Man of Steel and Cypher all in one little bunch. Domingo has a nice, very big twitch out of there. We'll let no one else can take advantage around this section though. You're very brave if you overtake around this little section. Such a hard bit of racetrack, even just to do on your own with no cars around you. Man of Steel's drafting up to the back of Domingo now. Looks at the inside. Domingo's later on the brakes though, and he might just keep the position. He does. Got the braking point nailed down there, Domingo, and Cypher's looking up the inside of Man of Steel, but has to back out of it, didn't get him close enough run. There's Danny Quaver and Mr. Slow One at the back, so Mr. Slow One goes into the pits. Time for him to change tyres. So, back with this lot. There's Domingo and Jamo. Looks like Cypher might be making a little move on Man of Steel here, so let's go on board with Cypher here. On board with the roof cam and see what's going on in this little battle. Let's have a bit of on-board footage time. Man of Steel goes to the inside. Domingo goes to a little bit to the inside as well. Cypher goes a bit wide there though, so let's have a look at Man of Steel on board. Domingo and Jamo are side by side. Domingo has to fall back out of it though. And they come through this little section here. And they all run wide onto that curve. Got to be so careful putting the power down. And here we are, Cypher's back up with Man of Steel now. Around this little section. Domingo's going wide. He's lost a bit of time. Man of Steel going wide there. And Cypher's just not close enough to take advantage. Let's go back to the outside camera before when we get to the hairpin. Will anyone make a move? Man of Steel defends. Domingo, very late move and almost a touring car style pass there on Jamo. Very, very late move there, but Jamo keeps the position. That was very, very late, that was almost too late, in fact, by Domingo there. Cypher's right up behind Man of Steel now, so let's have a look as they go into this long, very, very fast first corner, 120 mile an hour plus. Cypher backs out of it. With that chicane, you've really got to be on the, you've really got to be alongside in order to get the place, or even slightly in front. Man of Steel made a little mistake there. He's still side by side with the Cypher. Man of Steel's at the inside. He's still at the inside, and oh, little tap to make good friends, and goes through to 7th place. A good race, long scrap between these lot. Very, very good battling, very good racing. Can't say the same for the ones out front because they've got a bit of an advantage. There's Neil. Good pace, very good pace. Bidzster, TY, J-Usen, Jamo, and then this lot. Well, closing up to Jamo now. This is the boost taking effect. So Jamo's now part of this. They've made it from a 4 train into a 5 train. Beg your pardon, a 4 train, because I think Cypher, oh no, Cypher is there, beg your pardon. So who is it that's not? Oh, it's alright, beg your pardon, it was me that got my numbers wrong. Cypher is up the inside of Man of Steel. Man of Steel's trying to go left, right, round Domingo as well. Cypher boxed him in behind Domingo there, good tactical driving there. Cypher's on the grass, Man of Steel looks to the inside. Cypher says, not on your life, sunshine. And sticks it there. There's too much of a zoomed in camera there we are. Nothing I can do like the cameras, all I can do is just switch between them. Can't know what to do with the zoom. I can zoom in, but I can't zoom out. It's the hairpin now. I think the battle for 2nd and 3rd is going to hot up here. DY's come out the pitch recently on fresher tyres and he's catching up to Bidzster here, or Bidzster's made an error of some sort. So Bidzster might pit here. Might do. And I'm right, Bidzster's in the pits for his 2nd stop, because that first set that he tried to go on have worn out, so he's in. So meanwhile, Jamo in 5th, Domingo, Cypher, Man of Steel, Mr. Slow One back upon him again. Danny Quaver is working on it. Cypher's run wide. Man of Steel goes through there, I think, with Domingo. Man of Steel in the draft, pulls out, tries to go up the inside, but Domingo carries the overspeed. Cypher's having a look at Man of Steel now, and I think he's got ahead. He's done what he needed to do. He's got ahead, oh, and almost takes Domingo out, but just misses him and goes straight over the sausage curb. Don't want to be doing that. He's going to get overtaken on both sides now if he's not careful. Man of Steel goes through. Mr. Slow One's going to have a look here. Has a little look, but backs out of it. Cypher's gone really wide, so he might be able to take advantage after all, but nope. So let's follow this little gaggle through the complex section. Domingo takes a little bit of grass with him. Man of Steel thinks, I'm going to look the inside here. Probably not a good idea there to go through this quadruple apex corner. Very beautiful bit of racetrack under the bridge of where the big Dragon Trail track runs. And then round. To the straight. Still a pack of 5. Is Danny Quaver any closer? No, he's still there, he's almost caught up though, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars. Battling it out for 5th place. There goes Jamo. Man of Steel's up the inside of Domingo now. Man of Steel's up the inside. Domingo's very late on the brakes, has a little go at Jamo, tries to force the issue, but no. Getting a bit ambitious with these moves, Domingo. Need to watch for the gap. Man of Steel takes a little bit of grass with him. Jamo goes wide. Cypher goes even wider. Look at Domingo there. Man of Steel all over the back of him like a rash. Little twitch there on the exit. Down towards the hairpin. Man of Steel's going to have a look here. Domingo doesn't defend. Man of Steel goes up the inside, but I think he's completely outbraked himself. Domingo goes back up the inside. Cypher's going to run wide, but gets a good run out of the corner from running wide. But not close enough to make a move. Man of Steel's there. Cypher's going to go pig in the middle. Domingo keeps round the outside. Cypher gets pushed on the grass. Man of Steel, he had nowhere to go there. Cypher's off, recovers. Man of Steel keeps going. No, I think that was just a case of the fact that they were running wide. He couldn't really do anything there. And all that Cypher could do was lift out of it, but even doing that, it was too late. So let's have a catch up with his leader, Neil Farmack, of dominant performance so far. Good pace, and he's in the pits. He's that far ahead. He's going to do a pit stop and get some fresh tyres and keep going. There's TY 2nd place, Bidzster's fallen down to 3rd. That strategy hasn't worked out. Don't understand why he's tried it though, but unfortunately not worked out for him. Neil gets out the pits in the lead again. Very quick pit stops on this GT Sport. And Bidzster in 3rd. J. Houston in 4th, all alone at the minute. Man of Steel and Mr. Slow One have made a little gap, so something's happened there in the back of that other pack. Domingo's off. Domingo's gone off, so Domingo's involved in something there. Danny Quaver's not at the back anymore. Well done, Danny. You're not last anymore, mate. Jamo is 8th, so Jamo's been involved in that somewhere as well. Mr. Slow One 7th, Cypher 6th. So Mr. Slow One might end up being 6th here because he's at the inside of Cypher, and I know Mr. Slow One is not one for backing out. He's got the inside. He's going to no. He has to back out this time. Sensible that. Cypher just had the corner speed. There's J. Houston in 4th. And Cypher, little error there, I think. Oh, speaking of error, Mr. Slow One's made a big error. There might have been contact there, so Mr. Slow One's there recovering. Jamo there in 8th. Danny Quaver 9th. Domingo on catch up in 10th. He had a major off. So Domingo on the catch-up. Danny Quaver on the back of Jamo. Just a slow one there. Man of Steel, Cypher. Very, very wide onto the grass and gravel again. Man of Steel says, I'll follow you, sunshine. Let's try and make a trench. And Cypher's got dirt on his tyres. He's not gone slow enough for the corner ahead. Loses it a little bit. Man of Steel might have a little run here, but I don't think he'll be close enough to make a move into the hairpin. Speaking of moves, a bit further back, I can see Jamo right behind Danny Quaver. Danny Quaver's on the move. Number 23. Looking good. Man of Steel looking for a move on Cypher. Nothing there. Mr. Slow One might have a little look now into the chicane, backs out of it, thinks twice. Cypher's gone into the first bit of that chicane very slow. Man of Steel might be able to get a good run, but I know that Mr. Slow One's got an even better one. And looking around, darting around left and right, they're all back in a bunch of 4 now, or 5 even. Oh, Mr. Slow One's very, 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 very early on the brakes. Gets hit and takes everyone a bit wider. All happened there. Still on the grass on the inside. Jamo goes through. Danny Quavers might go through here. Anyone gone off there? Yes, Jamo's gone off. So, climb it down a bit now. Cypher's in 5th for now. Go up to the hairpin. There's Man of Steel. Danny Craven goes up the inside. Oh, there's a little cheeky look there from Danny. Mr. Slow One goes low mowing again. There's Jamo in 9th. Domingo's slowly catching this lot up. After holding themselves up, he'll be wanting them to have more battles like this to hold themselves up and slow themselves down. Danny's having a look round the outside of Man of Steel now. Going down towards the chicane. He's on the outside. Man of Steel has to let him go. So a little bit on the onboard cameras. So this is Jamo's onboard camera. Yeah, Jamo's onboard camera coming down towards the hairpin. They might have a little look here. Mr. Slow One's a bit later on the brakes this time, but Jamo's even later. Goes up the inside. Good little move there. Mr. Slow One has rejoined. Bang! Into Cypher from hitting the curb. Moves on the curb, puts the power on and slams into Cypher. Domingo's on the back of this lot now, so Domingo will be trying to carve his way through. We've only got about 4 minutes left in this race, so everyone will have to get a move on. A little incident there was a yellow flag for some reason, but I think everything's okay. The Jamo's going to have to defend Cypher here. Jamo's on the defensive on the inside line. Goes around the inside, keeps Cypher at bay for now. Domingo goes up the inside and bang! Takes himself off. No way was there a gap there. No way. Back down to 10th. Got it all to do again. There's Man of Steel through. Let's rejoin the battle for 5th. Been a great battle for this all the way through this race. Bit more incidents than I thought, but never mind. Work the way through the chicane down towards the hairpin. Mr. Slow One and Cypher getting a little bit close here. Mr. Slow One's on the inside, he's not going to stop, he's losing his braking reference. Well, didn't really lose his braking reference there, that was a class move. There, I thought he was going to outbrake himself, but no. Commentator gets it wrong, and Mr. Slow One goes through the 7th place. Oh, don't throw it away now, Mr. Slow One. You've done such a good... Oh, it was such a good move, but... Oh, well, it wasn't to be. Round the quadruple apex right-hander. A lot of pressure on the left front tyre here. Got to be careful because we're getting into the latter part of the race. The tyres will be starting to wear. As Mr. Slow One's found it out. Made a little mistake there, and that might be his race over. Because there's only going to be about another time for another 1 or 2 laps at this rate. We'll have to go down the straight. And the first corner, very long first corner, very fast to me. Oh, Man of Steel's off. Bit of error, Man of Steel's gone off. Back down to 9th. Just shows you one mistake. You'll lose it all. They'll all be going for it on this last lap. Cypher runs over the sausage curb, so does Domingo. All getting close now. Danny Quavers up to 5th. Jamo's going to have a look. Domingo tries to go around the outside of Cypher and makes it stick. Good move, Domingo. Tries out, he's up the inside of Jamo. He's not one for backing out, but has to sensibly. Well done. Tries another little sniff there, nothing works. Cypher's going to be there though. If you make a mistake, Domingo, be careful. No, he's not. He's gone off Cypher. He's gone too wide. That's Cypher's race done. There's Domingo going round the quadruple apex. Looking for any kind of move from Jamo. Jamo's on the inside. Nope, doesn't manage to make it go through there. They go onto the straight. Jamo's up behind Domingo again. Moves out. Alongside, will he back out? Or, yeah, he has to back out. Domingo gets a good overspeed there. Man of Steel, that looks like he might. Ooh, very close to contact there. Look at the game goes to just in time. Domingo's off at the chicane. Domingo is off. Will Cypher be able to get through? Cypher goes through. And meanwhile, all that's been going off. Neil Farmack has won the race. Good controlled drive there by Neil Farmack. Well done. TY in second place. Good race there by TY. Bidzster, third place. Not what he wanted, but never mind. He got there anyway. Jay Houston will be fourth. And then anyone's battle for fifth. It's still raging on. The battle's been that good. I didn't even see the lead across the finish line, but at least I caught it. Jamo's going to have a look at Danny Quaver here. Coming through the quadruple apex for the last time. Jamo gets on that power very early. He moves out. He's made his move. What's he going to do now? He's defending the inside. He defends the inside into the last corner and goes a bit wide. Contact with Danny Quaver there. Danny Quaver keeps him around the outside. Tries to get the overspeed. As they come towards the line, anyone's race. But it's Jamo that just gets fifth place out of that battle. Sixth place for Danny Quaver, seventh Domingo, Cypher in eighth, Man of Steel ninth, and unlucky there for Mr. Slow One at the end there. Very unlucky, but a good race by all. I hope you've all enjoyed it, and we'll see you again next time. Take care, guys.